Saudi to come. Sorry, another protocol here. You'll always be a judge for me. So I can with apologies to whoever, call you Justice Kirby. Well, Justice Kirby and Michael Kirby or whatever, they come with Edwin Cameron. They have been coming to India every 2 years practically, but Edwin cannot come next year, in the beginning of the year, so next year. So one of the things that we are trying to do is to actually influence or sensitize judges within the judicial community by judges talking about issues. And Justice A.P. Shah is going, he is going to retire in May, so hopefully he will be used. And in the Commonwealth, judges listen to judges, they don't listen to lawyers. They will say, I want to see what the judge says, I want to know what the judge says. So we use the judges, they just want to know what, the thing is that a lot of people, as Michael said earlier, if you haven't met people, people are going to have or harbor some sort of prejudice. It happened to me, and I have to be very honest about it. I did a very famous case of pavement dwellers in India. It was one of the first cases where the right to life included the right to livelihood in Article 21. And I had taken up the case on behalf of a journalist as a public petition. And I was a middle class, no radical person, but I used to see pavement dwellers and I had middle class prejudices. Until one day, Justice Krishna Iyer, who was one of the most famous left-wing judges of our Supreme Court, asked me, he said to me, I want to meet the pavement dwellers who you are representing. So I said, well, what am I going to do? I'm not actually representing the pavement dwellers. But I thought it was fortunate then to go and meet them. And when I met them, I was humbled by the fact, and I realized at that moment that they are like anybody else, that we harbor prejudices. Every one of us, whether it's pavement dwellers, gay people, or whatever, and you have to get rid of it. It happened to even sex workers. So I always tell my own story to people that we do harbor prejudices, and it's very important to get rid of them. So, a lot of people do harbor stigma prejudice, but it is through discourse and sitting with people and talking, eating, and drinking. Alcohol or non-alcoholic, it doesn't matter. So, it makes a lot of difference if you interact at a personal level. You start to realize everybody has the same problems, same aspirations. Like in Australia, people want to have a house with a backyard and garden in the front. That's what I was told. Well, that's the aspiration of all of Indians, Car, white goods, that's the aspiration. So that's what you realize. Everybody wants the same thing in a capitalist society, which is nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. So that's it. Any more questions?